Snow fell in thin, sharp flakes across the empty city street, but 12-year-old Mia hardly noticed anymore. Her fingers were numb, her lips trembling, and her thin coat, too small and too worn, did nothing to protect her from the freezing winter night. She huddled near the closed bakery doorway, hugging her knees to her chest, trying to stay awake. She had learned that falling asleep in the cold was dangerous. People didn't always wake up again. Still, she whispered to herself, "Just a little longer. I can make it." Far across the street, a sleek black car came to a sudden stop as a small voice cried from inside, "Daddy, please help her, look." Inside the warm car sat Adrian Cole, a powerful CEO known for his sharp mind, stern personality, and strict sense of responsibility. Nothing ever distracted him during his late-night drives, except his daughter, Lily, who had the kindest heart he'd ever seen. She pressed her tiny hand against the window, pointing at the shivering figure curled up on the ground. "Daddy, she's cold, please, she needs help." Adrian frowned, leaning forward to get a better look. He saw a small girl, alone, freezing, terrified. Something in his chest tightened sharply. He knew that look. He had once been that child too, lost, scared, abandoned. Without hesitation, he stepped out of the car, his shoes crunching on frozen snow. As he approached, Mia shrank back, thinking he was there to chase her away like others had. But Adrian's voice was gentle. "Hey, I'm not here to hurt you, are you okay?" Mia tried to speak, but her teeth were shaking too much. She simply shook her head. Lily rushed to her father's side, wrapping her little scarf around Mia's neck. "Daddy, she's freezing. We have to take her with us." Adrian hesitated only for a moment. Bringing home a stranger, a homeless child, was not a simple decision. But then Mia lifted her eyes, full of fear and exhaustion, and whispered in a cracked voice, "Please, don't leave me alone." That was enough. Adrian gently lifted her into his arms. She weighed almost nothing. "Don't worry," he murmured. "You're safe now." As the car drove toward his mansion, Mia looked out the window, warm for the first time in weeks. She didn't know it yet, but this moment, this one act of kindness, was about to change her entire future. And Adrian's too. The warmth of the mansion almost overwhelmed Mia as Adrian carried her inside. Soft lights, polished floors, the faint smell of cinnamon from the kitchen. Everything felt unreal, like a place she didn't belong. She clutched Lily's scarf tightly, afraid someone would suddenly tell her to leave. But Lily held her hand firmly. "Come on," she said with a bright smile. "Daddy will make soup. You can sit with me." Adrian paused in the hallway, surprised. "I will," he asked, raising an eyebrow. "Yes," Lily insisted confidently, "because she needs it." Mia watched them, confused. She wasn't used to people caring, especially not rich people. But for the first time in a long while, she felt something warm inside, something she barely recognized: hope. Adrian guided her to the guest room closest to Lily's. "You can stay here tonight," he said softly. "You're safe." The room was cozy, with a plush bed, warm blankets, and soft lighting. Mia's eyes widened. She had slept on cold concrete the night before. This looked like a fairy tale. "But it's too nice for me," she whispered. Adrian knelt to her level. "No, it's what you deserve." Mia looked down, overwhelmed. No one had ever told her that before. He brought her soup and a warm towel. As she ate slowly, he noticed bruises on her wrists and the way she flinched every time she heard footsteps. He exchanged a silent glance with Lily. This child had suffered far more than she let on. Later that night, after Mia had fallen asleep curled under warm blankets, Adrian sat in his office, troubled. Who had hurt her? Why was she alone? Where was her family? He began searching shelters, police reports, missing children databases, anything that could give him a clue. But every search returned nothing. It was as if Mia didn't exist in any system. Lily walked into the office, hugging her stuffed rabbit. "Daddy, will she stay with us forever?" Adrian hesitated. He didn't know the answer. But he knew one thing. He wasn't going to let anyone hurt her again. "We'll protect her," he said, pulling Lily close. "No matter what happens." Outside the office, Mia stood quietly in the hallway. She had woken from a nightmare and heard their voices. Tears filled her eyes, not from fear this time, but from something she had never felt before. Belonging. The next morning, sunlight spilled through the curtains, warming Mia's face. For a moment, she didn't know where she was. The soft sheets, the carpet under her feet, the gentle hum of a heater. None of it felt familiar. Then the door opened. "Good morning," Lily chirped, holding a tray with pancakes shaped like hearts. "Daddy made these for you." Mia sat up quickly, startled. "For me?" "Yes," Lily giggled. "You're our guest." Adrian appeared behind her, adjusting his tie. She insisted on bringing it herself. Mia stared at the tray, overwhelmed. She couldn't remember the last time someone made food just for her. She whispered, "Thank you," her voice trembling. But Adrian noticed something. Her hands were shaking, not from cold but fear. He sat on the edge of the bed. "Mia, I need to ask you something. You're safe here, okay? But I want to know if someone is looking for you, someone dangerous." Her breath caught. Panic flashed across her face and she squeezed Lily's hand for comfort. "They'll find me," she whispered, barely audible. "They always do." Lily gasped. "Who, bad people?" Mia nodded slowly. "My mom left. My step-uncle took me. He made me work outside at night." Her voice broke. "I ran away. I didn't know where to go." Adrian felt his chest tighten. A child working in the cold, bruised, terrified, his hands curled into fists. "Not on my watch." He stood abruptly. "No one will hurt you again. I'll make sure of it." But Mia shook her head, frightened. "You don't understand. They said if I told anyone, They won't," Adrian interrupted firmly. "I have lawyers. I have security. I have resources. And now, you have me." Lily wrapped her arms around Mia. "And me too." Mia finally broke down, sobbing into Lily's shoulder. For the first time in years, she felt protected. Later that day, Adrian called a private investigator, a lawyer, and even reached out to child services, but confidentially. He wasn't going to let the system fail her like it had before. As evening settled in, Adrian sat in the living room watching Lily braid Mia's hair as they laughed softly. A strange warmth filled his heart, something he never expected. He wasn't just helping a lost child. He was becoming family, and deep inside he sensed this was only the beginning of the fight to keep her safe.